And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. Fanboys, I hope you're having a truly terrible day. Welcome back to Fanboy Fridays, and you see the title of the video. I'm going to give my response to the whole Jonny Arnett video about the Michael Jordan DPOY 1988 season and give my thoughts about that. So I'm not sure how many of you out there have actually watched the video, but you know, this whole thing stems from Clutch Sports. This whole thing stems from Clutch Sports and Wright, Nick Wrong, aka Gonzo, and their need to, well, I guess it really stems from LeBron James, because right, this stems from LeBron James crying because he doesn't have a DPOY, and I can't remember if it was on the shop. I think it was on the shop where he said something like, you know, DPOY is the only thing that I don't have. No, it's not, LeBron. There's 2 more championships missing. 9 scoring titles. There's plenty of stuff you don't have. But I guess the DPOY is a big one for LeBron James. He thinks he deserves one, even though I think we all know he doesn't. But so this is where it stems from. And then, of course, we know it goes on down the line to Nick Wright. And then we get to Tom Haberstroh in this ridiculous article that he wrote where he picked 6 games that weren't visible to the public. So Jonny Arnett actually located those 6 games. He watched them and came to the conclusion that Tom Haberstroh was right in the exaggerated stats. And then, of course, we know Jonny Arnett did some additional research, and he did 4 more games at random and found that I think in at least either 2 or 3 out of the 4, they had exaggerated some stats. Now, the conclusion of the Jonny Arnett video is that they actually exaggerated Michael Jordan's steals and that his blocks were pretty accurate, but they exaggerated his steals. And so yeah, you know, for me, that really doesn't mean anything. But having said that, okay, so we have proof that Michael Jordan's steals was exaggerated, and I'm sure you fanboys probably think that it's like a aha moment. Aha, see there? But shout out to Angry Old Hoops. Thanks to Angry Old Hoops, we also already have the proof that a lot of LeBron James stats are exaggerated. A lot of his rebounds and assists are exaggerated, and you know, they're counted. They're not genuine rebounds and assists. Sometimes the other players on the Lakers have gotten rebounds and assists, but are credited to LeBron James. So we already have the proof that LeBron James has benefited from this same kind of thing. Now, I think we can all assume that probably superstars throughout most of the history of the NBA have benefited from this type of thing. Now, I think if Jonny Arnett, I believe, said that he's going to do some more research into that, but I think I'm going to actually look into some of these superstars in general and just kind of see if this is the typical pattern. But I think we all know that superstars indeed get special treatment at times, indeed have their stats inflated at times. But I think, does it change anything at all for me? Does it change anything at all about how you view Michael Jordan? Does it change anything at all about how you view LeBron James? First, let me start with LeBron James. What could it possibly change about how you view LeBron James? Simply for the fact that if you follow this channel, you know the problem that we have with LeBron James is that he plays a low integrity brand of basketball. Case closed. I don't really care what his stats are. I don't care what his accolades are. I don't care about any of that stuff. He plays a low integrity brand of basketball. Like, he doesn't play a man's game. All the whining and complaining and really the whole this whole thing stems from him whining about not having a defensive player of the year when LeBron James has never been the defender that Michael Jordan has. LeBron James has never been the defender that Kobe Bryant was, and Kobe was not the defender that Michael was. So yeah, this absolutely doesn't change a thing about how I view LeBron James. Now, does it change how I view Michael Jordan? Does this outcome make me say, oh, well, man, maybe Michael Jordan was overrated because they were inflating his stats? Absolutely not, because my opinion about Michael Jordan was never based on stats. For those of you who've been following this channel, you know since the very beginning, my whole angle is not to talk about stats for a couple of reasons. Because there's plenty of channels that talk about stats, and because stats don't tell the whole story. And as we see, stats can be inflated. But my whole thing has always been heavily the eye test and heavily on the intangibles, the will to win and that kind of thing. But the eye test, to me, your eyes tell you all you need to know about a player, and the stats don't change that. Anytime I bring up Michael Jordan is the GOAT, besides the actual winning of championships, yes, that matters. But I don't think, when I think about Michael Jordan being the GOAT, stats don't come across my mind. What comes across my mind is his ability to impose his will on the game. That's what comes across my mind. And when we're talking about that, again, there's no comparison for LeBron James. There's no comparison for the deer, for your fake king, for the 4 and 6 kingdom, for members of the CFL. There's no comparison. For instance, to me, if all you have to do is watch LeBron James, we have all seen LeBron James pass in situations where he should have taken a shot. Now, I just see, and this is why you can't trust anybody in the media. That's why I say, not even Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, because even though I don't think Skip has LeBron I definitely don't think he has him as number 2. I don't think he has him in his top 5. However, Skip Bayless is part of the media machine, and he is a part of pushing false narratives about LeBron James. Just the other day, it might have been yesterday, I heard him call LeBron James the greatest scorer because of the 40,000 points. And we all know that your longevity in scoring 40,000 points doesn't make you the greatest scorer. However, if you're going to push this narrative about him being the greatest scorer because he has 4 points, then you need to hold him accountable for passing off in the last seconds of the game, for passing off that responsibility, because that's what he's doing. He's not passing trying to get the assist. He's passing off the responsibility. But if he is, fanboys, if your king is indeed, because he was able to play in the NBA for 40 years because of the secret that only him, the person he buys it from, and Chael Sonnen knows about, allegedly, if he's been able to sustain his longevity in this weak league with freedom of movement and all that for all these years, so that he could break Kareem's scoring record, and that so-called makes him the greatest scorer, then yes, at the end of the game, he should be taking these shots if he's indeed the greatest scorer. But we all know that's a lie. If you are actually the greatest scorer, then you take that responsibility. But we have all watched with our eyes LeBron James pass in moments where, if he is truly the guy that he says he is, and that you fanboys say he is, he should have taken the shot. We've seen this with our own eyes. We've also seen that they try to praise LeBron for or over exaggerate the praise that he should get. For instance, 2016, can someone please explain to me that whenever they talk about LeBron James in 2016, why the most common thing that gets shown is his block? Fanboy, so somebody explain that to me, because we all know that block didn't save the game. Kyrie hits that three, they win the game anyway. So that block didn't save it. I've said this in another video. I give him credit because something like a block can give your team some momentum, but it didn't save the game. Yet, this is what they act like. Anytime they talk about LeBron James in 2016, the first thing they do is show this block that didn't save anything. Now, compare that to Michael Jordan in 1998, when they are actually down one in the finals. They're down one, and Michael Jordan gets the steal on Karl Malone, comes down and hits the shot on Byron Russell to put them up one. So both of those actions by Michael Jordan were crucial. Here's the other thing, and again, this is why the stats mean nothing. We watch Michael Jordan play with our eyes. We know the impact that he had on the game. Again, this is another thing. When you guys try to bring up, oh, he passed to Steve Kerr and Paxson, well, guess what? Here's the thing is, yes, Michael Jordan initiated those plays. He wasn't saved. Like in Miami, when he initially missed a shot, when Ray Allen had the presence of mind to be backing up towards the three-point line and get the pass and drain the shot to save the series. Unlike when Kyrie hit that shot, when Kyrie created his own shot, not LeBron James drawing the double team and kicking out to Kyrie for an open shot. Kyrie created his own shot because Kyrie is much better at creating his own shot than LeBron James has ever been and will ever be. Not like when Anthony Davis hit the shot. Again, when Anthony Davis hit the shot in the 2020 to save the series, and this was Anthony Davis getting the shot. It wasn't a pass from LeBron James. It wasn't LeBron James creating for Anthony Davis. It wasn't LeBron James being such an offensive threat that he drew the double or triple team and created a shot for Anthony Davis. No, this was Anthony Davis getting himself open, catching a shot, and draining the three. There's a difference. Michael Jordan, again, I've said this before, Michael Jordan is a better playmaker. But more importantly is we do not need these stats. These stats showing that, okay, he had some exaggerated steals. And yes, the steals were highly over exaggerated. But, we're talking about, him getting 6 steals in a game or something. But, he still got 2 or 3 steals, which is great. He still got 2 or 3 actual steals in most cases. So we actually witness what Michael Jordan's impact on the game is with our eyes. We don't need the stats to tell us this. And this is how it is with all the greats. Again, we can assume that probably most superstars benefits from some kind of a lot of things. Superstars probably get calls in their favor and different things like this. But again, we watch the game with our eyes. We know the impact that Michael Jordan had on the game. We've seen Michael Jordan make blocks and steals at crucial times. We've seen Michael Jordan hit an infinite amount of clutch shots, whether it's game winners or whether it's to save the game. We've seen Michael Jordan do this over and over again. We've seen Michael Jordan control the tempo of the game. Again, one of my favorite plays to look at, or one of my favorite plays to see some of these young kids react to, is the play when he's playing the Knicks. Again, he scores. He's looking over his shoulder. He gets the steal. When he gets the steal, he turns around. Xavier McDaniels is right in front of him. Xavier McDaniels gets the steal on MJ. MJ chases him down and strips him before he can make the layup. Pure hustle. We watched this with our eyes. We've seen the impact that Michael Jeffrey Jordan has on the game. We don't need a stat to tell us this. Larry Bird. We've watched the impact that Larry Bird, we've watched the never give up type of attitude that Larry Bird plays with in the game. You know, him getting that steal on Isaiah Thomas. Why? Because Isaiah Thomas was absent of mind. But these are the kind of things that separate champions from non-champions. Is staying keyed in all those moments. And we have seen LeBron James not be keyed in. We've seen LeBron, again, I've said this over and over again. When LeBron James left Cleveland, he abandoned all possibilities for a respectable career. And it's not just the fact that he left Cleveland. It's what happened. His mindset changed forever. To me, once you go down the road of shortcuts, you're stuck there. And he got stuck there. He got stuck. Once he left Cleveland, he got stuck in this place of always looking to the exterior for the answer of winning instead of looking to himself. And so, yeah, we gonna hold up here. But like I said, I just wanted to give my response to the whole Jonny Arnett thing. And, you know, with most of these content creators, and I'm a fan of Jonny Arnett videos. I think they're great productions. They're entertaining. I love to watch them. I like Jimmy High Roller. I like his videos. But as far as taking it serious, I have never seen either one of them address the antics of LeBron James with the seriousness that it should be addressed with. You know, both of these guys, I'm sure, has LeBron James in their top 5, which is impossible to do. Again, to me, if you take the game serious and you think like myself, that the whole flopping thing and the whole way that he goes about it is deplorable. And then when you really factor in all the other things, like I said, like Clutch Sports, you know, coming in and ruining the integrity of the NBA as well, with how they're going about the business, with how they're pretty much strong arming these organizations. You know, LeBron James coming to teams and making them trade away their future, leaving them depleted, leaving them with the inability to be anything once he leaves. You know, to me, these things are deplorable. And I cannot express enough how that should affect his legacy. But anyway, like I was saying, you know, the whole finding out that the Tom Haberstroh article had a lot of truth to it. It doesn't change anything for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Have you seen Jonny Arnett's video? Does it make you think differently of Michael Jordan and or LeBron James? Does it make you think differently of Michael Jordan's Defensive Player of the Year award? Does it make you think differently of Michael Jordan as a defender? Period. Because like I said, for me, it changes nothing. To me, there is a reason that Michael Jordan made the world fall in love with basketball, and that had they weren't sending out Michael Jordan stats to the world to make them fall in love with basketball. It was because when people watched Michael Jordan, they knew they were watching something special. They knew they were watching the ultimate competitor. They knew they were watching a guy do things that we hadn't seen and haven't seen since. They knew that they were watching a guy who never gave up. And And most importantly, they knew they were watching a guy who inspired everyone around him, and everything that came from him was greatness. Again, everything that came from Michael Jordan as it related to basketball, even if it wasn't basketball itself, but it was related to how he played basketball, became the greatest thing we have ever seen. The NBA went global. Nike became the greatest basketball shoe company. Gatorade, Wheaties, all of these things that came from Michael Jordan because of how he played the game. We watch these things with our eyes, and just because some of the stats were off, that doesn't change a thing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.